boys and girls of every age. Wouldn't you like to see something strange? Come with us and you will see. This our town of Halloween. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make a scene. Trick or treat till the neighbor's gonna die of fright. It's our town, everybody scream. In this town of Halloween.
I am the one hiding under your bed, teeth ground sharp and eyes going red.
I am the one hiding.
Pizza time. I mean dream time. Welcome back. Other side of the pillow, where no one cared who I was before I put on the mask. Alright, now that I can breathe a little bit better, let's get a change of scenery here. Coming at you from Rick Sanchez's garage. So let's get into the dreams now. So the first one I want to talk about, I was in the woods, running from Jason. A common theme from my childhood and still even in dreams around this time. And trying to get away from him, I'm like running, dipping and dodging in between trees. I get behind the tree. Next thing you know, I feel a knife come, whoosh, chops my head off. He's got my head in his hand. My body's thrown up over his shoulder, and I feel myself being walked through the woods. We get to this shack where he throws my head into a freezer, throws my body on the ground, and my consciousness is split. I can feel it in my head. I can feel it in the body. Can't see anything. Everything's complete darkness, but I can feel the cold of the freezer, and I can feel the area that my body's around in the shed, which I thought was pretty cool. So the second dream I want to talk about is from the House of Wax. And when I used to get lucid when I was younger, because of nightmares, like I've told you in the past, I wouldn't necessarily like use powers or anything like that to get rid of the my pursuers. I would try to reason with them, as funny as that may be. So I'm running around House of Wax. The guy catches up to me, and I'm like, whoa, 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 stop. I can help you. And he's like, what do you mean you can help me? I'm like, you got a lot of bodies around here. Who's going to put the wax on them all? You want to kill some more people? I can wax the bodies for you. Like, it's a win-win situation. So I ended up starting to work for this guy. I actually operated the wax shower as he would bring the bodies in. I'd sit them in the chairs. I'd cover them with wax and, like, shape them the way that he wanted. Till eventually I wanted to get away. So I ended up hijacking a truck and drove out of the town. That's the last thing I remember with that dream. So now for the recent dreams that have just happened. So this one was like almost like a movie. So I'm back in school. College, and I'm like going through my different classes and whatnot, and I've got this guy friend, and he gets on a moped and he's driving around, and my awareness shifts to the moped, and he crashes into this girl, like just obliterates her stomach. She's like cut open, there's guts and shit everywhere, and he runs away from the scene of the accident. Well, the girl turns out to be a witch. She heals herself, and then she hatches this plan for revenge, and the first thing she does, she actually steals the guy's mom's boyfriend. So my awareness is like in the apartment, and the mom comes into her boyfriend's house, and the girl's like coming out of the shower, like brushing her hair, and she's like, oh, what the heck? And then like the boyfriend's in the bed, and there's like a argument there, some cattiness and whatnot. So the mom goes out, she's all distraught and whatnot, and then the girl activates the second part of her plan. She conjures a huge Godzilla, and this Godzilla is like running through the town, and I go to counteract the Godzilla by bringing this like giant, and I want to, not Mothra, but like a bug-like creature that like picks Godzilla up and flies him through these two posts that have like lasers, and in between the lasers, as he goes through, it like turns into webbing and like cocoons him, and once it cocoons him, I like shove him to the side, and now Godzilla is dealt with. So now it's just me and her, and she materializes a bunch of soldiers in like this almost laser tag-ish armor. So I do the same. She's the red team, I'm the blue team, and we start like a war, and we're like fighting with guns and all that, and that's about the last thing I remember before I wake up. So now the last dream I want to talk about is a dream that I just had a couple of nights ago, really interesting. So I'm in this like mansion, and the mansion's like really creepy, but once the sun sets, all these spirits come out. And I'm sleeping on this like expensive couch thing. It's like a couch, but it's like just the couch by the couch and whatnot. And once I do that, like I see this top hat on a mantle, and it like goes to float up, and this like creature materializes out of it and starts roaming around the house. Well, at first it catches this girl with like really tall like Frankenstein hair, and like starts to slow dance with her, like ballroom dance, and like this thing's got extremely long fingers that drag behind it. And as they're ballroom dancing, he like embraces her and like starts to eat her. Like starts at the hair and goes to bite it, and when the hair doesn't go anything, he like, goes to the neck, like takes a big chunk out, and starts eating her. She starts freaking out. Well, then he pushes her to the ground. His fingers retract, turn into fists. He just starts pummeling this girl. And like I'm sitting here like, whoa, what the heck? What's going on here? So I start to explore the other parts of the mansion. As I'm walking through the mansion, I come upon this door. And the door's my mother. And as she comes out, she gets startled by one of the spirits. But then like time loops, she goes back, comes back out and gets startled again, to where I have the epiphany that these spirits are torturing the mental and spiritual bodies of the people inside the mansion, but they can only do so if you react to them. So I'm walking through the mansion still. I'll call him Top Hat. And I drew him here, so this is kind of a rendition of what he looked like. He's got like Slenderman vibes, but yeah, I'm not the best artist, but go ahead and take a look. And he stands right in front of me. I don't directly look at him, but I just sit there and I stay calm. And he sits there in my face for a minute, but then he starts to walk away. As he's walking, he's like hunched over and walking. His fingers are dragging. Really fucking creepy. And scene switches a little bit. Now I'm in a bedroom. I'm on a top bunk with my son. He's sleeping with me. And I know that the spirit's getting ready to start to mess with us. So I go ahead and wrap the blanket underneath our feet, tuck it underneath us so like they can't grab our feet or anything like that. And then the spirit starts to come. It scratches along the blanket, comes up a little bit more. It goes and like sniffs out my fear almost to see that there is none, but then goes to my son, which my son starts to react. And so I don't want it to mess with my son, so I grab it by the throat, grab it with two hands. I'm like struggling with this spirit, and eventually I choke the life out of it, or the afterlife out of it. And it ends up leaving us alone, and I resume the dream. That happens a few times because I get caught in my son's spirit loop because he did react, till eventually I break the loop and I end up waking up. So those are the nightmares that I wanted to give you, a little bit of spooky dreams for the time of year. If you've had any yourself, please comment them down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm a new channel growing, so anything that you do, sharing it out to anyone is appreciated. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Until then, I'll go to sleep and dream again. That's the only thing to do, till all my lovers' dreams come true. 'Cause I want a girl to call